Thank my colleagues that are working so hard to reintroduce this assault weapons ban, and we're going to keep fighting until we get it passed.
So this right here is how they do it. They bring in survivors, they bring out emotions, and they weaponize tragedy to push the same tired agenda. Ban the AR-15s. Let me show you what I mean.
In Connecticut, where we have a stronger assault weapon ban, we have Ethan's Law requiring safe storage. We have a better background check bill. We have a red flag statute. The combination of these measures has reduced gun violence dramatically. These laws work. They save lives.
No, they don't. Connecticut had some of the strictest gun laws in the country before Sandy Hook happened. Those laws didn't stop that shooter. They didn't stop Parkland or Uvalde or Las Vegas. You don't get to parade your laws as proof they work when every major shooting you reference happened in spite of them.
Should weapons of war be found in our grocery stores, at concerts, and houses of worship? No.
He's right. It shouldn't. But when it is, I'd rather be armed than be a hashtag. We don't stop evil by disarming good people, and the AR-15 is the one rifle that gives regular people a fighting chance against threats we know exist.
Because we know these bans can save lives. We know they reduce the number of mass shootings. And we know that if we fail to act, more Americans, more children will die.
Oh, really? Then why did the DOJ say that the last federal assault weapons ban had effects too small to measure? Why do the FBI crime stats show that rifles, all rifles combined, account for fewer murders than fists, knives, and blunt objects? Because they're not trying to ban it because it's ineffective. They are trying to ban it because it works against them if they start becoming tyrannical.
These are not tools of self-defense. These are tools of mass murder. We know it. The gun industry knows it. Congress knows it.
Tell that to the mother who used an AR-15 to stop a home invasion. Tell that to the business owner who stopped an armed robbery. Tell that to every American who's ever had to choose between being a victim or defending their family. The AR-15 is absolutely a tool of self-defense, and pretending it isn't doesn't make you righteous. It makes you dishonest as hell. So, if you're gonna roll out the same tired arguments, I'll break them down one by one. Let's talk about what they said and why it's not just wrong, it's dangerous. You ever notice how the same people screaming America is broken are the first ones trying to take away the very tools we use to defend it? That's exactly why I made this. This is the Defend America collection. Not because I wanted another cool hoodie or hat for the range, but because I got tired of watching people act like loving this country is something you're supposed to apologize for. Nah, you can miss me with all that. This isn't for the go along to get along crowd. This is for the people who know damn well that the AR-15 isn't just some gun. It's a middle finger to tyranny. It's independence. It's a reminder that we are the line between order and chaos, not Congress. So yeah, I put the AR-15 front and center because let's stop pretending. They're not trying to ban it because it's ineffective. They're trying to ban it because it works against their tyranny. Defend America is about drawing a line visibly, boldly, and unapologetically. It's for the people who won't be guilt-tripped into silence. The ones who still believe freedom isn't handed down, it's defended. If that's you, then head over to shop.mrcolionnoir.com and grab your hoodie, the hat, the tee, hell, grab them all. Because these days, the most rebellious thing you can do is stand up and say, I'm not giving up my country, I'll defend it. So, hit the link in the description section and grab your Defend America merch today.
A new town in America is added to a heartbreaking list. A list that includes Columbine, Newtown, Parkland, Uvalde, Monterey Park, and many, many more.
And yet every single one of those towns was either in a state with a strict gun control or had laws on the books that failed to stop the shooter. They weaponized the grief of these communities, but refused to acknowledge the reality. These laws didn't work, and they won't work now. If you're going to invoke tragedy, At least have the decency to ask why trained armed response wasn't there, why doors weren't secured, why mental health systems failed. But no, it's always ban the AR-15s because it's easier to go after the gun than admit the system is broken.
They'll offer thoughts and prayers and then sit back and do nothing. If they do anything, it's they actively block our efforts like advancing an assault weapons ban and other common sense gun safety legislation.
Padilla says do something, like it's a magical pill, as if any action, no matter how ineffective, is better than no action. But here's a wild idea. Maybe we don't pass laws that don't work. Assault weapon bans didn't stop Columbine. They were already in effect. They didn't stop the North Hollywood shootout. They didn't stop the Sandy Hook. And common sense? Man, please. There's nothing common about punishing 20 million law-abiding AR-15 owners for crimes they didn't commit. Oh, wait, there is something common about that. It's called tyranny.
It is also the trauma of seeing it, of hearing about it, of experiencing it when kids learn or watch it. And that trauma seeps into the consciousness of America and affects all of us.
Yes, trauma is real, but legislating based on secondhand trauma is dangerous. If we banned everything that made us uncomfortable or scared, we wouldn't have a country. We'd have a padded cell. You're talking about seeing and hearing about violence and using that as a justification to limit rights? What you're feeling isn't a reason to disarm 330 million Americans. It's a reason to ensure we're armed well enough to stop the people actually causing that trauma.
We're still at risk. And so we need a national ban, as we had once upon a time under the leadership of our predecessor, Senator Feinstein.
And that last national ban, it expired because it didn't work. Even the Department of Justice said its effects were too small to measure. You're selling a fairy tale. This isn't a sequel, it's a rerun. And America already has seen this and how it ends.
But when a child comes home explaining to parents what an active shooter drill is at school, it should make us all mad.
It should make us mad, but at the right people. Mad that schools are soft targets, mad that we'll spend billions overseas, but won't put armed security in our schools. You don't fix that with bans. You fix it with protection.
So yes, today we are proudly and adamantly putting the assault weapons ban back on the table because we know these bans can save lives. We know they reduce the number of mass shootings. And we know that if we fail to act, more Americans, more children will die.
You know what else kills more Americans and children than rifles? Everything. Fentanyl, alcohol, knives, hell, swimming pools. But you're not banning pools, are you? Because this was never about saving lives. This was about saving and improving your control.
We need courage. We need action. And we need every single member of Congress right now to decide if they're going to stand with us, the survivors, or stand with the industry that arms the next shooter.
You don't get to tell me I have to choose between supporting survivors or supporting rights. I support both. But I won't be bullied into surrendering my freedoms because politicians want a headline and a legacy. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you. And we're all fighting this culture war together. Now you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.